Um, Thanks for joining me, Ann Marie.
Thanks for having us, James.
No problem. We generally start off these interviews or sessions with sort of a short intro with yourself and the group. So if you don't mind.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm Ann Marie Gildea. I look after all the international meetings going to all our portfolio. Been with the company about 10 years nearly now. I don't know where that time's gone. So I've seen the changes in our growth, which is really exciting. We started off back in 1931, back in Mallorca, which is our head office. And we've grown from a little bus operator right through hospitality with travel agencies, tour operators, airlines, hotels, management companies, and brings us to today with 33,000 staff worldwide. So it's quite a phenomenal growth, and we're really proud of the legacy that Mr. Barcelo set up going back those days. And I think he would be quite amazed now about the size of where we are and what we've achieved.
Sure. And what type of areas do you cover? Is it mainly sort of Spain and the Balearics, or
I would say historically Spanish-speaking destinations were our hub to start with, but we've really grown in the last 5 years, I would say. So given sort of the mainland Spain and all the islands, and then obviously Mexico, the whole of Latin America and the Caribbean, we're now in places like Czech Republic, Germany, Italy, Greece, Portugal, Dubai, and expanding in the rest of the Arab Emirates as well. So we're growing like mad. We've also got various companies set up in China where we're sort of managing various other operations over there. And we've got a big company in the States with a management company, even managing other brands, not just Barcelo. So it's a whole global mix of own, managed, and continued growth, which is really exciting for us.
And whereabouts are you guys as a group now in terms of obviously what's been happening recently? Are you on the point of opening up? Have you opened? Is it different territories?
We are super excited, James, we've got to this point now where I think we've all been through the road map to recovery, shall we say, and we've had time to plan and speak to professional partners and industry experts as to what we should be doing. So we've got a program called We Care About You, which is a huge document which relates to all the hotels and what we're going to be doing as far as safety measures in each hotel. So it gives the confidence back to the clients to know that we've thought about it we will be maintaining these things before we open and after we open as well. So they cover things, all sorts of aspects, from arrivals to the actual meeting and how you would expect it. The staff and clients are our major concern for safety and going forward. It's the confidence that I think we've got to give you to be able to come to our hotels. So as far as staff and clients are concerned, this document covers everything really from extensive cleaning protocols, including safety gels. The bedrooms will have all sorts of aspects on high touch points. So TV remote controls will be covered. You'll be able to get access into your room by your app. You'll be able to pay for your departure. Food and beverage have also taken boxes for delivery for your bedrooms, for room service. And also we will obviously be having, for larger meetings, ideas and progress, and a lot of thoughts gone into how we're going to look after the meetings industry when it comes back, with regards to food waste and economic and basically, the whole sort of setup when it comes to safety protocols. And I think everybody will be really pleased about, not just us, the whole industry and how it's reacting, including the airlines, the DMCs, the tourist boards, the beaches, every aspect of overseas demand has been looked at and will be met. So we're excited to get going, really. From basically now, Dubai's open. We already open in Czech Republic, in Hamburg, and in some of the islands like Mallorca, Formentor. And then the biggest cities in Spain are opening in July, with Valencia, Madrid, some smaller ones in Barcelona, and then the month later, the bigger, more meeting type properties will be open as of the end of August, perhaps for the demand in September. So let's say we've got 3 or 4 hotels in a city, perhaps we will open 2 smaller ones, and then the bigger ones when demand picks up. So that spreads right through to looking at my list. You know, you've got places like Istanbul, Marrakesh opening in August, September, Lisbon, Granada, and the bigger hotels in Madrid and beyond. So we're excited. That's all I can say. So, you know, we're ready, we're prepared. We want to give confidence back to the MICE community that, you know, it's safe to travel as and when it is.
And I think that's great as well to have that kind of information, and particularly for an international venue or destination, because we're tending to find that so many different stories in the media about whether something's open, what you can and can't do. And I'm particularly expecting, in terms of sort of our type of client base and our private groups, that they're going to be looking to either, on the one hand, be too scared to do anything, or on the other hand, they're going to just be so desperate to go now that they'll break every rule and regulation that you could possibly have. So to have that kind of information ready to show the work and the effort that has been put in by you guys, and for us as a planner to give that to our clients that they can then pass on to their delegates, it's going to make things and the transition and the move out of lockdown a lot better and quicker, I believe.
Yeah, indeed. I think confidence is the key thing. Safety, confidence, and trust in the partners. It's all about trust at the end of the day. They've got to trust in you that you're going to supply them with the right destination, the right hotel, the right environment to be able to deliver the ROIs on what their meeting brief is. So, you know, they're not going to just go for the sake of it. They're going to come back with returns on their investment, and they're going to be able to get the staff and the teams back out there. Travel bans will be an issue to start with, and I think domestically, London and UK will be the first one to sort of slowly move forward. And then we're hoping by Q4 and certainly into 2021 that the requests will start to come through, and the planners will be able to feel strong in their offering, basically, because airlines have got, you know, all the lovely sanitation masks, air conditioning set up. And I think really and truly, you've got to have the right partnership to be able to give trust. And that trust really goes a long way to know that you've investigated in us, we've investigated with our partners, we're ready and willing and ready to go. So we're excited about the future. It's been difficult. Yeah, I think we can all face the facts that it's been horrific. Nobody anticipated it would happen and go on as long as it did. But slowly but surely, the UK is getting stronger. And, you know, every week we're hearing about innovations and, you know, things like air bridges. I mean, even today we heard Spain, Germany, Italy, they're all hoping to get some air bridges. So once that's in place and quarantine is a thing of the past, because that would have caused a difficulty going forward for our industry. I mean, This industry, the meetings industry in the UK and beyond, I think the figure was £70 billion expenditure. I mean, it's a massive part of our economy. And I think the numbers were something like 700,000 employees. So it's vital that we feel, you know, the safety is there for us to all come back stronger than ever.
So you mentioned sort of potentially moving from Q4 onwards, which I think realistically with us in the UK, if we're looking to plan, is probably the most sort of realistic time to be looking at in terms of planning. So what kind of events can we start getting excited about planning, talking to our clients about? Is it kind of anything on the table, and what sort of capacity are we looking to
I think, you know, we've got so many unique hotels that we've got 4 brands, by the way. So we've got Royal Hideaway, which is our lifestyle brand. They're the 5-star unique hotels with great experiential events that can happen there, literally from, you can get a helicopter to land there, you can have the chef come into your room and do you a private dinner party. There's all sorts of things that you could do, VIP areas. So we've got small boutique exclusive hotels right through to our Barcelo, somewhere like Punta Umbria, which is in Huelva, which is about an hour away or so from Faro in Seville. And we've got space for up to 1,200 people. So anything in between, really. I mean, obviously space is going to be changed and readjusted given on social distances. I think the 1 meter rule will help everybody, pubs, clubs, bars, and everything, not just here, abroad as well. So we will reassign the distances when it comes to meeting space. So we've got small, mid, and large capacity. So we can take anything really from a small incentive to somewhere like La Bobadilla, which is one of my favorite hotels. It's situated about 45 minutes from Malaga Airport and Granada. It's nestled within acres and acres of grounds, which from the gate to the hotel, you're surrounded by olive trees. And it's nestled like a white Andalusian village. So you would go there for a beautiful kickoff meeting to incentivize the team, maybe even take your partners, because equally, apart from the meeting space that it's got, it's quite romantic, and there's lots of nooks and crannies and courtyards. We have our own church at the hotel, which the bells go at midday, and the atmosphere is very, very much private, secluded, and exclusive. You feel as if it's like your own home. And there you can do anything from, you can get a private guitarist in Spanish music, you can have beautiful buffets outside underneath the stars. The views are sensational. So we go from something like that to a large event space like Seville, where we were voted Best MICE Hotel in Spain this year. And that's fantastic for places, that authentic cities, but you've actually got a hotel that's capable of managing, let's say, an automotive event with 27 cars on the site and 25 breakout rooms. And then you've got swimming pool and gala dinners outside underneath the palm trees with a river, so you can jump on the river, go down the river and have a beautiful experience on that. And then yet when you stop 20 minutes later, you're right in this beautiful, stunning city of what is Seville, which was voted best city to visit last year through Lonely Planet. So we've got locations, we've got cities, we've got the hotels to work with, anything from a small board meeting right through kickoff event, road shows, incentives. So we're excited to get going because we've got something for everyone. So you've got the Royal Hideaway brand, which is the exclusive 5-star. You've got the Barcelo Hotel brand, which is the 4- and 5-star city hotel. So that's Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, Prague, Hamburg, Istanbul, all these great cities that, have not just great hotels attached to them, but you want to visit these cities. So the experience of not just a creative meeting with you guys, you make the whole thing happen from arriving on the plane right through to, your whole beautiful sort of transfer, maybe stopping at a vineyard or going to a horse display, do something that's really interesting. That is an experience that you wouldn't normally buy. So basically the expertise of which they're going through, someone like yourself, is really quite important. And with that collaboration from someone like, yourself, James, and the hotel partners, and perhaps even a DMC or our own expertise to be able to sort of pull it all together. And when the clients go back, they're wowed really, because they've had a terrific time. They feel as if they've sort of gelled with the company. They come back feeling reinvigorated and ready to knock on doors and go and sell and do the company proud, I guess.
So it sounds to me, which is really encouraging and really positive, that pretty much we can get back to talking about the type of events that we want to put on for our clients and things. But I mean, in terms of the experience, is there anything we need to know for the delegates sort of moving out with the safety measures? What we have found in doing these sessions is a number of people are sort of saying to allow agendas and things like that to be a little bit more loose, because obviously if you have a packed agenda with the safety protocols there, you're not going to have time to do everything. I mean, most.
Yeah, I think the hotels can help with agendas and things and put a lot of things now on app. I think technology is going to play a big part going forward in our business. So apps is something that we're all getting used to. And signage within the hotel is going to sort of really be quite important. and exits in, exits out, that type of thing. Doors where you don't have to push them open; they'll either, be press button with sanitation stops there. So I think it's common sense from as far as delegates are concerned.
Yeah.
We've got to take responsibility ourselves as to our own safety measures. We all want to hug our friends that we haven't seen for ages, but a little bit of restraint and common sense goes a long way alongside all the safety measures that's been put in place from the airlines and trains, planes, hotels, etc., restaurants. Everyone's adapting as we go. So I think it's a matter of perhaps looking at your app, learning about the hotel, knowing that you can pay on a little tech app on your departure, and just really understand that tech is going to be quite a good thing for us going forward without you losing the human touch. Yeah. Zoom calls are great, but I think, there's nothing like the face-to-face handshake that we're all used to working alongside, networking in every walk of life and industry. It's all about meeting people, having that chemistry and having that touch with the person, which probably you can only get on a face-to-face level, and meeting the same people year on year at our events and understanding new ventures, new places to go. It's quite exciting for us all, but I do think common sense should prevail as long as everything else is in place as well. So you've got to have the background and the safety protocols. You've got to be responsible, and I think collaboratively we'll be strong and get through this together.
Okay, I mean that's all fantastic, brilliant to hear. Is there anything else that you'd like to add at all in terms of sort of anything you want to put across, or?
Well, I just think we're just waiting now for things to pick up in the UK. I look after meetings outbound to our hotel, so I think for me, I'm just waiting for the confidence factor to come back in. Corporate travel, there'll still be a ban on for essential travel only, and non-essential will be quite slow. But we're here, we're ready and waiting. We have seen some green shoots coming through already. I've got some events sitting on my desk with some exciting happenings, perhaps even as early as August this year. Right. Although most of them are looking at, as I said, early part of next year. But all I can say is, Barcelo Hotels and Resorts, we've thought it through. We've got some great properties, and together with our partnerships, and corporates being confident to move forward, we're ready, we're excited. We're proud to be in this industry and all work together.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been really, really good talking to you.
Thank you for having us, James. We appreciate it.
All right. We'll speak soon. Thanks a lot.
Take care. Bye for now.
We'd love to hear your feedback, so please make sure you comment in the comment section below. Also, please make sure you like, follow and subscribe We Are Meat on all our social platforms.